What is up, Coach Emma here, and welcome back to the Fit Habit Life podcast, where we cut through the noise, talk real health and fitness, sustainable fat loss, and habits that actually work. And on today's episode, I will be talking about why a lot of high achievers, high performers, type A people have gut health issues. But before we dig in, just wanted to thank you for listening to the show. If you've been enjoying the show, please rate the show, subscribe, share it. That helps me help more people, which is the goal of this show. So thank you for listening. Thank you for being here today. Hopefully you're having a great day so far. But yeah, gut. Why do a lot of type A people have gut health issues? And here's why. Stress causes gut health issues. And as a type A high performer-ish person, it's basically why I've had a lot of gut issues for the entirety of my life. Stress causes gut health issues. Stress causes autoimmune conditions, not necessarily causes, but contributes to. And today that's what I'm going to talk about. And this is why, like, a lot of the clients, this is why I specifically decided to learn more about gut health and become a sort of expert. I would not quantify myself as an expert, but compared to an average coach, I know quite a bit more because of one, personal experience, but two, I noticed a lot of my clients had gut health issues. A lot of people, it comes down to the basics, like their diet has a lot of processed food in it. They're not sleeping enough or well. They don't train. They don't move their bodies. They don't eat enough protein or fiber. And that will cause gut health issues, all of those things. But also, just in general, stress, emotional stress can cause gut health issues. And a lot of high performers and type A people have a really crazy schedule. They probably volunteer for things, extra things. They do too many extra things. They have a lot on their plate. They have a lot on their mind. A lot of type A sort of high performer people, at least I'm speaking of myself, basically what I've experienced, and a lot of my clients that are similar to me experience similar things, is we're constantly ruminating on things, thinking about things. How can we do this better? Or this is the list of things that I have to do. Or, getting overwhelmed by a packed schedule, having too much on their plate, not enough time to do it because we just sign up for too many things. And we tend to be, in general, stress cases. Like type A people tend to internalize a lot of things. Whereas people who are more go with the flow don't get as affected when things don't go their way. They also don't sign up for as many things. And that's smart of them. But anyway, so high performers, type A people, we got a lot on our plate. We do a lot of things. And usually we can perform at a high level despite the amount of stressors that we have going on. But usually, even though we can follow through on the tasks or complete the crazy stuff that we have, we might have physiological symptoms. We usually do. And the biggest one is gut health issues. A lot of my clients that are similar to me, that come to me, they have gut health problems. They might not know that they have problems, but usually they do. Because stress in and of itself can cause gut health issues. And one of the big reasons is when you're in a stressed state, your body perceives you in a stressed state, the blood flow rushes away from the digestive system towards the muscle tissue and towards your brain. Your body goes into fight or flight mode. And optimal digestion happens in a restful state. There's the fight or flight and the rest and digest state. So a lot of, funnily enough, practices to do to help your digestion include like de-stressing. There's a really common one. Lay against the wall, or lay on the ground, put your legs up against the wall. You're kind of in an L shape, and doing like deep, restful breathing can help put your body into a relaxed state to help improve your digestion. So, anyway, and have you ever noticed when you travel, your digestion goes out of whack? Well, traveling is a stress on your body. Circadian stress, if you're changing time zones, right? That's going to shift your body's natural circadian rhythm. Just in general, flying, our bodies were not meant to be up that high in the air, traveling at that fast of a speed. That is stressful on our body. So flying itself, the travel itself, just even like having to plan to get to the airport on time, to pack everything that you need, that is stressful. Especially if you're type A, like myself. So, in general, travel is stressful, right? Most people have digestive issues when they travel. Either constipation or the other way around. And that's because your digestive system slows down in a stressed state. So, oftentimes people who are very stressed, they tend to be more constipated. They tend to have less regular bowel movements. Or they're constipated and they don't go for a couple days, and then they have diarrhea. Sorry, I'm being a little bit more graphic today. Usually I'll use the Bristol stool chart. If you don't know what that is, you should look it up because that's a good just thing to keep track of, like what your stool looks like on a regular basis. And it can help you identify, hey, am I having like regular healthy bowel movements, or is there some help needed in that general area? But anyway, so it's usually like a 1 to 2 or a 6 or 7 on the Bristol stool chart. So, because there's less blood flow in that area, and if there's less blood flow in that area, you have less motility. And motility is a process of foods moving down the digestive tract until you go to the bathroom. So if that slows down, that can cause a lot of other issues. That can cause SIBO, which is small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. Usually symptoms of that are gas, bloating, distension, irregular bowel movements. So it's maybe certain foods causing weird symptoms. But basically, overgrowth of bad bacteria, because the longer things are in your digestive tract, the more likely and more opportunity they have to ferment and overgrow. So, fun times. But yeah, so slowed motility, not good. And stress does that. Stress also can reduce the amount of stomach acid that your body produces. Because when you're in a stressed state, your body deprioritizes non-essential processes. Not that these are optimal processes, but it deprioritizes non-essential processes to allow for more energy for more essential processes. And a great example that I use is when, like in today's state, the amount of stressors we have that aren't actually dangerous are very, like everything, like there's a lot of things going on. We have access, we're inundated with all sorts of stuff, right? But back in the day, if we were in fight or flight, we were actually in fight or flight. We could have been like caveman days. We were being chased by like a lion or some animal, maybe a dinosaur. I don't know. I'm making stuff up. But see, like we were hunting and gathering, and we did not have homes with AC and a refrigerator with food. We had to go and hunt for our food, and we had to protect ourselves from those animals. So, back in the day, if we were on the run, we didn't want to have to stop to take a dump, right? That's going to put us in a compromised position. So that's why when you're really stressed, maybe it's like you're rushed out the door or whatever, you might not have a regular bowel movement that day. Because again, your body's shuttling blood flow to other areas and prioritizing other processes in the body because it thinks your body's under a lot of stress and in danger, even if you're not actually in danger. So, stomach acid production is reduced, which symptom of that is actually acid reflux. You might think acid reflux is too much stomach acid. It can be, but oftentimes it's not enough stomach acid. So a lot of type A, like high stress, high performers, tend to have reflux of some type. And a lot of things can cause reflux, but that is one of them. And not only does it reduce your production of stomach acid, but it also reduces your production of digestive enzymes if your body is in a lot of stress. And so if your body does not have digestive enzymes available or enough digestive enzymes to break down the food that you're using, then your body's not going to get all the nutrients that it needs to function optimally. So you're eating, but you're not using a lot of it, or not using it well. So, and you could probably come up with a whole bunch of different things that could be issues if that is the case. So, stress actually does affect your digestive system. Slows motility, reduces production of enzymes, and stomach acid, and I'm now currently looking up. I took notes on this recently. And yeah, that's the gist. Basically, it reduces your body's digestive capacity because we're allocating that energy towards other things. So, that is why a lot of high performers and type A people have gut health issues. It's because we're too stressed. And we don't manage our stressors well. We internalize too many things that we can't control. And our body perceives any stress and all stress the same. And I've talked about this a lot on this show. So if you're having digestive issues and you have a lot on your plate, remove things from your plate. Start to implement some stress management techniques and practices into your day-to-day. You just have to, or you will keep having digestive issues. I have a client who came to me for fat loss specifically, but we realized she has a lot of digestive issues. So we've been focusing on fueling her body adequately, making sure she's eating enough, but also reducing some of the gut health symptoms by reducing training volume, prioritizing, mindful activities throughout the day, reducing certain foods that cause symptoms. And she lost like 2 pounds over the past 2 months, but it looks like she's dropped like 10 plus. Her body looks drastically different. She's reduced a lot of inflammation is the big thing. And she's built muscle. So she's leaned out, but looks like she's dropped 20 pounds. It's pretty crazy. And it's funny because the best thing for high performers is to slow down and not do an aggressive gut protocol and take it easy and reduce stressors and do less. And that often leads to the result that we want. But my mindset is always like, well, the more I do, the better the result I'm going to get. But that is not the case, especially with gut health issues. You can't fast track your digestive result. Even in general, there is no fast track to results. So if you're type A, like myself, reduce your to-dos. Like monitor, or what's the word? Evaluate the things that you're doing on a regular basis. And if something is not giving you the return on the time invested, remove it from your plate. Get rid of it. And spend some time every day doing something that you love for yourself, not for productivity, but something that's enjoyable to you. So I've actually been auditing my schedule and my tasks, and I've been removing things that aren't necessarily giving me the result that I need, that are taking a lot of my time, business wise and just in general. And it's been really helpful, actually. I've been really stressed for too long, and that has helped my mental capacity quite a bit. And I've been doing like a lot of fun stuff and taking time for myself. I've also recently, and sorry clients if this has impacted you, I hope it hasn't, but I removed the notifications from my phone because I was being inundated all the time with client stuff. And I'm so glad that my clients are doing their workouts and they're messaging me and asking questions, but it was too much for me and I should have never put the notifications on my phone anyway. So finally removed those. I'm in a much better spot with that. And I've been doing a puzzle every day and it's been great. It's a really hard puzzle. Really hard. Like all the pieces are like the same colors or same kind of shades of colors, and it's a map. So it's like basically two colors, like the lines of the map and then the background color, and they're different shades of those colors, and that's the 1,000-piece puzzle. So it's taking a long time, but I'm making progress on it, and it's fun. It's restful to me. My husband was helping me last night and he's like, I don't know how you do this and don't get worked up because it is a frustrating puzzle. But for me, it's fun. It's like a challenge. Anyway, hopefully this episode was helpful for you. If you're like, wow, that is totally me. I am type A and I do too much and I have really bad gut issues or just annoying enough gut issues to where it like you want to get rid of them. Well, as I said, audit your days and remove things that are non-essential or that won't really impact you, your goals, whether it be fitness, business, life goals, or whatever. Try to really prioritize and maybe do things in seasons too. Like maybe this is a work season, so you're not chasing your fitness goals as hard and you're really prioritizing work. You're still showing up and getting your workouts done and eating good food choices, but maybe you're not pushing as hard because you don't have the capacity to. Maybe you're only training twice a week instead of 4, right? So do things in seasons and do something fun for yourself. And if you're like, hey, like I'm still struggling with this and I know I'm ready and I need some guidance and some help, then just book a discovery call. Be more than happy to chat. See if we'd be a good fit. And even if we're not, hopefully I can give you some next steps. So anyway, thank you for listening and catch you on the next one. Peace.